Majesty. Greetings in the name of Emperor Haile Selassie I, one God, blessed be Jah Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I, His Majesty. And greetings to one and all who are watching this Facebook right now. Previously, we saw the Abuna was doing a Facebook a while ago, and speaking on the atrocities in Ethiopia, understand? But that's something that we're going to keep on talking about until liberation of Ethiopia and the restoration of the dynasty of who? Emperor Haile Selassie I. And we keep saying that from the church because we want to understand that there is nothing out there that can save Ethiopia except for the kingship. And to all the followers of Ethiopia that's watching out there, to all the supporters and the rebels that's against this regime in Ethiopia right now, which still has people under state of emergency, killing them, doing whatever they want. Recent news of them fleeing. I guess the country, one of the states, Moali. 8,000 of them, a little bit over 8,000 of them run from the country. Nobody runs from good. So why are they running? And it tells you, shortage of food, senseless killing, and discrimination. So we can't sit here and make it seem like just because Haile Mariam put in a resignation, problems are done over Ethiopia. No, it got worse. And it's getting worse. And we need to speak on it. Not just the people from Emperor Haile Selassie I, but everybody who love what? Justice and hate aggression. So we have to be mindful that our words play a big role in this. A big role in this. And to the students them, and to the Aroma Liberation Front, the Amara Liberation Front, any of them who's fighting against the regime, change your slogan to constitutional monarchy, which Emperor Haile Selassie I gave to the item. 1955? Revised. So be mindful of that and aim for a king. Not no president or prime minister, but aim for a king so that you can be redeemed. So you can be saved, because over in Ethiopia right now is senseless killing. And we can't sit here over in America, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, wherever you from, and act like we blind to that right there. No! Liberation is a must. And the restoration of Emperor Haile Selassie I's throne will happen. So with that, may the Emperor keep the item, bless the item, cause his face to shine upon the item, and be gracious upon the item. Blessed be Jah Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I living.
Yes, greetings in the name of Babetta Christian Haile Selassie I, Church of Haile Selassie I, one God. My name is Brother Ismachia, and I would like to first say that, like as the Abbot said, to all the people them in Ethiopia that have movements, it come like, accept the Lord. We're not even going to say the Lord, we're going to say Haile Selassie I, direct talk. Except Haile Selassie I build Ethiopia, they labor in vain that try to build it.
Sure.
His Majesty is Ethiopia. So you can't have an Ethiopia without His Majesty. His Majesty is God of Ethiopia. He's not the scholars over the world say he's the father of, no, he's God of Africa and God of Ethiopia. That's why when we pray, we say what? Oh, to God of what? Ethiopia. So it's an identity, go further than just talking. And so to all the people them out there that's in Ethiopia that see what we say, you're supposed to pick up the torch too. Because this is our identity. Because we say what? No king?
No identity.
No king?
No identity.
You understand? So certain things we really have to have courage. Because the emperor said, with faith, courage, and a just cause, David will still be Goliath. So we have to change our slogan to the people them that's in Ethiopia Ethiopia. You need to change your slogan to as what the abbot said, constitutional monarchy. And why constitutional monarchy? Because in that the people them get justice.
Sure.
Why? Because the emperor government is not like common day government that lie to the people. And when it says government for the people, no. The emperor's government was and is and will forever be what? For the people.
Sure.
And that's why they took out the emperor government, because they don't want it for the people. They want it for themselves. And when you read the history of the government, they propaganda and they falsely spread rumors about Ethiopia, saying how it's a place that's backward and starving, and how much people is sending millions of dollars to Ethiopia, and the people them is not getting the money. It's the man them that rule Ethiopia is keeping the money, and they sit back and let their country get put as this backward, starving, underdeveloped country. No, it's politics. As the ancient Rastaman would say, politics, politics. So we as a people have to look upon the whole thing again and rearrange and look upon the whole thing again. Because again, except the Lord Haile Selassie I build Ethiopia, they labor in vain that build it. So with that, blessed be Jah
Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Yes, greetings, brethren and sisters, home and abroad, you know, Ethiopians and the world. Greetings from the Church of Emperor Selassie I and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. We are here again, another Sunday, coming to you on Facebook Live to advocate and show the world what is taking place in Ethiopia right now. Because what is taking place in Ethiopia right now is no good, you know. And we are the Church of Emperor Selassie I and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. We are the vanguards of Ethiopia, you understand? And we are Ethiopia government in exile. His Majesty government is in exile and is the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated and the Church and State of Emperor Haile Selassie I. So people in Ethiopia and people in the world, we want you to fight with us for the liberation and the restoration of a legal constitutional monarchy of Emperor Haile Selassie I. That Ethiopia right now and the world, America and the UN and the world need to come together and make a decision in putting back Emperor Haile Selassie I constitution in Ethiopia. Otherwise, there is no Ethiopia. Without, as Brother Ismail said, without Emperor Haile Selassie I, there is no Ethiopia. So when you made a constitution for Ethiopia, I'm talking about the present government of Ethiopia right now, and took out the God of Ethiopia out your constitutional, you went wrong, and you have to see that. Sure. That without His Majesty, there is no Ethiopia, and the world must know this. You understand? Because the world, America, England, Germany, Russia, all the world leaders know this, that there is no Ethiopia without Emperor Haile Selassie I. So we want you to come and join us and help us get the constitution of Emperor Haile Selassie I back in Ethiopia, because Emperor Selassie I's people is here. Just how Emperor Selassie I is alive, his people is alive today and fighting for them, fighting for him. know that Emperor Haile Selassie I, people in the West and in Ethiopia, without him, we are nothing. So we need his government back in Ethiopia. So people, come join the mass movement in North America, in Brooklyn, Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica, Barbados, London, and in Trinidad and Tobago. So follow us and come join the mass movement. And to the world, to let you know that in Ethiopia right now, thousands of people is leaving Ethiopia, going to Kenya, because the government in Ethiopia is killing them out, killing them, slaughtering them, putting them in prisons, and starving them, right? The people. And we must talk about this because it needs to stop. You understand? And the world must know this, that the government of Ethiopia is have the country in lockdown. You understand? It corrupted government. It's a corrupted government. You understand? So Miriam Destiny, talk to you and your advisors to put His Majesty Constitution back in Ethiopia. Admit that you all was wrong, Memphis too, and them was wrong, taking away His Majesty government and constitution, and give the people from Umara and other ethnic groups in Ethiopia. You all know, if you all don't know your history, and I know you all know, but His Imperial Majesty is the God of Ethiopia, the King of Ethiopia. November 2nd, 1930, he was crowned Emperor of Ethiopia, and also with his Empress Menin. You understand? And we know, you all know, and we know that without Emperor Selassie I, there's no Ethiopia. So with that, talk to the government about getting a constitutional monarchy, the king monarchy, the king throne, one of the king, the emperor grandchildren to sit on his throne and rule Ethiopia again. One God, His Majesty, Rastafari. Rastafari.
Yes. Greetings from Barbeta Christian Haile Selassie I, the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I. My name is Brother Joseph, novice Levi here within the church. And like we always say, picking up on what one of my former brethren said, no king, no identity. You understand? And why do we say that? Because His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, for us as Rastafarians, he is our identity. You understand? He is our everything. You understand? And when you look at Ethiopia today, Ethiopia has lost its identity.
Sure.
You understand why I say Ethiopia has lost its identity? Because when you look at the current actions that are being put upon the Ethiopian people by the current government, it is not Ethiopian. You understand? Because Proverbs show you say that progress must be moral. And when you watch Emperor Haile Selassie I, from the time he came on the scene in Ethiopia, everything was progressive. Everything was moral. You understand? And when you look at the current state of Ethiopia from when he was dethroned, progress started to decrease. The proof is in the pudding. You understand? Because it is no way explainable. You can't explain why the Ethiopian people are starving. Because from 1994, the Ethiopian government has been collecting over $30 billion. So where has all that money gone? Where is it? It just disappeared? No. It shows you so that the current government of Ethiopia doesn't care about its people. So that's why I say Ethiopia now has lost its identity. Because Ethiopia, when you look at its history, you see that Ethiopia's government, which is monarchy, which is family, care about the families within Ethiopia. You understand? Had the best interest for the families within Ethiopia. So when we look at the current government today, it's opposite of that. It's contrary of everything His Majesty stood for. You understand? It's contrary of everything that he did. Their actions are contrary to his actions. So it shows you that they are completely anti-Christ, because we know that Christ is king.
True.
So when we speak about antichrist, it's the same Ethiopian government that is ruling today. So with that, we as a people speaking to Facebook, you understand, or whoever can hear my voice, you have to come and join the mass movement.
True.
You have to, because it's imperative within this day and within this time and within this hour. Because right now, as we speak, it's a state of emergency in Ethiopia. You understand? Which gives the government all power.
True.
So that means the government is above the law.
True. No constitutional right for people.
There's no constitutional right for the people. And when there's no constitutional right for the people, your country is going to definitely fall.
True.
So, to the supporters who are against this current government within Ethiopia, democracy is not the way. It is not the answer. It is just a repeat to the cycle. Constitutional monarchy. Because what is constitutional monarchy to a man? You have to look at St. Luke verse 6, verse 48. He is like a man that built a house, that dig deep and laid a foundation. You understand? And when the waves and the stream came and beat vehemently, it could not shake it.
True.
Why? Because it was formed upon a rock, a sure foundation. Emperor Haile Selassie I. So, again, the proof is in the pudding. Look at what His Majesty government did, and look at what the current government of Ethiopia is doing. There's no comparison. There's absolutely no comparison. So, if you love justice and hate aggression, you have to come and get in contact with us. Join us. Be a part of us. Get in contact with the Abuna. Because it's from his leadership that certain hidden things were revealed that were going on in Ethiopia. You understand? And we have to give thanks that we have an overseer that, can be humble and really assess the situation for what it is. And one thing that you learn, that I learned personally from coming to the church, is that the truth hurts. You understand? And the truth is, Emperor Haile Selassie I, monarchy, is the only government for Ethiopia. And you know how we know that it is the truth? Because of the present state of Ethiopia today. You understand? It's devastating. It's tragic. You understand? It's undescribable. It shouldn't even be in the thoughts. You understand? Because again, when His Majesty was on the scene, he took care of his people.
True.
When his government was on the scene, they took care of families. What is the current government of Ethiopia doing to the current families within Ethiopia? Because when we look at it, 8,000 Ethiopian people fled Ethiopia. And we all know when you're running, you're not running because you're running away from good.
True.
Like previously stated. So I'm not gonna prolong it, more than I have to, but join us, be a part of us. You know what I'm saying? And His Imperial Majesty's government is gonna come back one way or the other. So better be sooner.
Sure.
Better be sooner than later.
Jah.
So with that, blessed be
Jah. Rastafari. Emperor Haile Selassie I liveth.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, one God. My name is Eugene Aniel, novice priest of the Church of Haile Selassie I. And I greet you again in the imperial name of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Talk to you about the events that have been transpiring in Ethiopia. It is necessary to address these issues because they are so important to the history of the world. The history of a country such as Haiti, if you realize, Haiti was one of the few countries that the oppressed people rebelled and overthrew their master and became an first independent republic, black republic. That country has been paying for that for years. The people of that country, through sufferation, disease, maladministration of the government like Papa Doc and Baby Doc and some of the same government, you have a ruling class that is rich and the majority of the people are poor and suffering. The same formula has been transpired over to Ethiopia. Ethiopia is suffering for 1896, the war of the Battle of Adwa, 1935 to 1941, when Emperor Haile Selassie I was victorious. You understand? So we know that these things are all orchestrated and planned. So we have no confusion in our mind as to what is going on.
Sure.
But the message that we are bringing to the people of Ethiopia at this time is that we say that our king is our identity as ancient Ethiopian people with a history, a great and glorious history. And our king is a symbol of our unity. Oroma, Amhara, Tigrayan cannot unite without a king or emperor, because self-interest is always going to override the higher interest without a king. The king is there for that purpose, is to make sure those things are highly prioritized. We need the constitutional monarchy back in Ethiopia. Ethiopian people, you have taken a wrong turn since 1974.
Sure.
You took a wrong turn and went down the path of destruction instead of the path of progress and happiness and glorious future.
True.
You took the wrong turn. It's time to look back and be real and address the real issues. The government of Ethiopia, you cannot allow yourself to be used, because money, we preach that today, that gold and silver, wisdom is worth more. Knowledge of yourself is worth more. The knowledge of the law is worth more. The things that we think are worth something, they're not worth anything if it's not in accordance with the law and righteousness and it doesn't have God in it. So bring back the constitutional monarchy of Ethiopia. With that, I will say good night and blessed be
Jah. Rastafari. Emperor Haile Selassie I liveth.
His Majesty.
Greeting in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Greetings to all Rastafarians and people of justice and integration. I, Peniel, from the Church of Haile Selassie I, to make a statement where His Majesty stated that a country best resource is its people.
Sure.
And by me saying that is that any country that abuses its people, any government that abuses its people, enriches itself by its members, while the population gets poorer and poorer, less educated, is a terrible country. It's going to disintegrate into crime and poverty.
Sure.
No, the government of Emperor Haile Selassie I was a very progressive government when the dirt overthrew it through communism, through the Soviet Union and Russia, foreign idolatry, foreign ideas, foreign doctrine coming to overthrow the government of Emperor Haile Selassie I, the true constitutional government. Socrates, many years ago, said the best government for the people is the philosopher king, which is Emperor Haile Selassie I. Anybody on earth will tell you that, who met the emperor, will tell you that he was a philosopher, very high, very high in the arc of knowledge, wisdom, like his grandfather before Solomon. People, you reach a state now where we look at an overthrow of a government that makes people suffer through violent means, But before we use violent means, we want to use all peaceful negotiation to come to an understanding that we want our Emperor Haile Selassie I back in Ethiopia, because like my brethren said before, there would be no Ethiopia without Emperor Haile Selassie I. 1935 to 41 proves that. You understand? So we can play a foolish game that we don't understand language. We understand language that words of meaning.
Sure.
And when you have a government that come and was given a kingdom, an ancient kingdom that was progressive under the leadership of Emperor Haile Selassie I, to the dirt in 1974-75, it got worse. The country has gotten worse. The country has gotten poorer. You understand? The same thing they accuse His Majesty of is the same thing they are found guilty of taking public money that should have go to the building the country. Why shouldn't they have a heart machine to stop the weather, the drought? If they have $30 billion over the years, and Ethiopia is supposed to be one of the founding members of United Nations, a heart machine would have cost less, because a heart machine now will make sure them have rain in rainy season, so you would have no drought. So people, we have to look at the technology of the day. You have to look at the people who rule, because the old type of rule regime is dead. Trump is killing them. So we can get to the idea that criminal behavior is going to rule over and over. No, we can stand up for the people, a platform, because, like I said, people, the government is a corrupt government. It's a corrupt government. We want the constitutional government through the institution of its Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I's government through its grandchildren. Yes, the Crown Council is alive today, ready to take power. So we support that. We support that. The reinstitutional of the government of Emperor Haile Selassie I through his grandchildren. So with that, as Pedal, who's part of the mass movement, support the mass movement, people. Support it. Yeah. And you see the benefit, the reward of supporting such a movement. With that, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I legacy, His Majesty.
Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.